Please.
Just one chaos,
Circles,
one chaos
give
game.
us. Is there? Come on, potential. Wait.
Oh, this is a good circle. We haven't had a northern circle. We have not been north of the river yet in all of this tournament. This is extremely interesting because some of these southern teams will probably still go there. I would assume to see at least the Freak of Freaks down in Fairpier. But as I say that, nobody's jumping out of the plane. No military teams, no Fairpier teams. And the thing about the northern side of the river, there are not a lot of compounds up there. So if everybody's opting to get a spot up there, it's simply not going to happen.
Now, where are the Purple Mood esports team going to jump? They usually go up and play towards the northwestern corner. Is that going to be something they opt for this time
They're
around?
still playing. I mean, they've been around. They've been around the map as far as loot goes, but we'll have to wait and see where they're planning on jumping. They were I think were they the team in Stalpa last game? I think they were in Stalpa last game, but now they looks like they're going up towards Severnian. They got a Freak of Freaks with them up there. So interesting. A turn of events. We'll have to see who comes out on top in that area of the map. The guys in Armory Gaming up there as well, but now Luminous Stars making their way down towards the southwestern side where they've been going all tournament long, jumping alongside the other guys in the top in Actus Red.
All right, it's time to see what L-Stars can do this time around. No one dropping near them. It gives them a little bit more of an advantage to work with, right? Gives them something to play with early on here. And okay, this is going to be a double drop near each other. So we've got a Freaker and the Purple Boys getting close range early on. A Freaker a little bit more spread out at the moment.
There you go. EG getting in on the action. Armory Gaming, do not rule them out just yet. And there you go. One more kill coming in, though. It's going to be Envy with the double knock with the burst action or automatic Glock. That's not a weapon we see kills with so often, but double kill with a Glock. That's... You know what, Asia? You continue to surprise me.
Yeah, and he's reaping the benefits of that straight away. Already 3 players eliminated this early on. And oh my god.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Just for the memes. Do it. No, HQ lives to see another day.
That is very
When you're in the
awful.
parachute like that, you're like, oh no. There's nothing you can do. You can try and swoop left and right, but in the end, you just gotta send it. Imagine if in the game you could like hit the parachute, so put holes in them, so you start falling down faster. That would be awful. K3 trying to make it safely up towards the top there as well. Looks like he will be able to land without any damage done.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting version of how we start this game off. Afrika still well aware that the purple team is very close to them. They need to be able to just keep an eye on what they're doing. Because like I said, Afrika, they're kind of caught in the middle of it. They're completely surrounded, so it doesn't matter really where they go. The Purple Mood Esports guys are going to be ready and waiting. Now, Rangers, this time around, over towards the eastern side of the map. They've got Nova just above them. CJ enters, though, in the meantime. They are down at the bottom of the south side, trying to make it work. Well, L-Stars, they're going to be very happy for finally, they're not meeting this early contestants. They'll be able to just hold back for a moment, and they'll be able to get their loot and maybe play out a game that they really want to try and see happen, similar to what they had yesterday.
Interesting to me that L-Stars actually decided to swoop underneath the guys in Axis and go take the container area. They've been jumping around the hospital southwest area on or just west of that area before, but look at this now, the Glock with NB. Boom, boom, boom. There you go, that's one kill. Get the reload in. There you go, gets the second as well. Doesn't even need to aim down sights. That is the firepower of these pistols early game. We saw it with the Uzi last game. When you don't have a vest, when you don't have a helmet, doesn't matter what weapon you have, you'll be taking a lot of damage, and if you're shooting fast enough, that is a kill done very quickly.
That's the thing, right? Where that Glock came into play, it was very interesting because actually, he was going up against one player that had even the UMP there, right? So the damage he was able to do there worked out in his favor. And now the AG team's going to be very like, okay, where do we go from here? We're down and out of this from the very early beginnings. Do we just turtle up straight away?
You want to say yes, but then again, when it's Asia, you never know what their plan is. I mean, we've seen a solo guy in, I believe it was Star-Lord, when he was in Gatka, just stand on the roof with the Kar 98 and tap away at people. Like, you're a solo player, you're not supposed to be doing this. But, I mean, yeah, we're surprised. There's a whole other level. And I don't want to call it confidence, because it's not that any people in the Western scene playing the style that we used to see, it's not that they don't dare take those act shots. They're confident in how they shoot. It's just I guess they prioritize sneaking around and like keeping the odds in their favor, I guess you can say, rather than trying to go out and get a fortunate shot at someone.
Now Style, Jaden up high, Style going through the window. The Afrika team, They know how close some of the Purple players are. It's just this waiting game. Now look at Purple. They're not looking for it. They're just hanging back at the moment. They're waiting for someone to come to them.
Yeah.
Where Afrika, they're almost getting this itchy feet moment where they're thinking, okay, look, we really want to try and get a bit of an engagement here, find some sort of an advantage. But we're going to have to wait and see how this kind of unfolds as the L-Stars players are going to look to make themselves a little bit more of an information scouting play here on WNNN.
The main issue with that is they're keeping each other at bay for way too long. They're pretty much just tripping up each other by being in this area both. They can't loot because they're afraid to run into a building where there's an opponent, and they can't leave because they're afraid to get shot at when they leave. So they're just keeping extolling each other for so long, and that means bad loot, that means no opportunity to rotate, and that could come to cost both teams in the end.
Now easy. Now doing WDD all together.
Almost all together. They got one guy that made it across. They've gone from the 4 guys in one vehicle to 3. I like it.
And look who's so close behind them. Star-Lord's
if there were 2 guys in this, I was going to say, they have to shoot back. They have to shoot at him, right? And Star-Lord is actually turning around now. He does not want to be part of that at all. Indigo does get in on the action once again. So the guys in the LG made their way over the river, and he will not give them a chance to do anything.
Yeah, WNN's in a nice spot there. He was there nice and early. Lots of damage being done. Can he try and get the finish off?
That would be the player to take out early on. If they can take out Juanita this early, that's a lot of firepower limited for Actors Red.
Yeah, Juanita, as we spoke about in our pre-game, it was very much him leading the charge, him doing the damage, him being kind of the point man.
Rolling down the hill with the vehicle.
Good aim. Maybe not the guy you want driving the car. He's taking
That's
some
how
damage
it
as
is.
well.
You know, there's a driver, there's a shooter. We all have our designated roles, right? We know that he can shoot. Maybe the driving. Yeah, we're just kidding, of course. Everybody can flip a vehicle, even the best we see that all the time. Actually, I'm gonna compliment these guys. Speaking of that, how well and how few kills have happened with vehicles so far. But now we see Afrika. They have committed to the push shot. You said they were itchy and they had trigger fingers. Now let's see if they can find the Poochie sitting out here.
Oh, they've spotted them. First few shots going to be fired off, and once again it's the Uzi able to get a knock here early on. They're going to try and fire off against him. Roa's taking some damage, going to go and try and get the bandages off on himself, keep himself nice and healed up. Roa's going to go in for the first moments. Got himself a nice bit of cover, at least for now. Styles found one in the meantime, though. A bit of back and forth. The knocks are coming in. It's so crazy right now, and that was too close for comfort. Afrika got to be so careful because Yoshi's going to start to make his way around here, and there's so many knocked players. Look where Style is. He's still quite far away, and it's a bit of a battle of who can get there first.
The fact that he got around the corner, got that knock in, and played it the way that he did almost cost Afrika 3 players. That would have been absolutely horrible. Fortunately, not the case. They managed to play it smart there in the end. But peeking one by one like that, that is very, very dangerous. That nade is going to take out someone. Goodbye, Rosar. That's going to be right on top of him. Well cooked by Yoshi as well.
Oh, and the second one in.
It's the flush off. That's exactly what he wanted. But now him being all by himself, realized, you know what, that one kill, sure, it's a great point, but I do want to stay alive for a little while longer. Afrika Freaks, though, they have other plans.
Yeah, they're on the hunt. They want to be able to find Yoshi definitely now.
You killed our friend. What are you doing?
It's revenge time. The hunt continues. He is playing it well, though. They're coming through. He managed to at least get another knock there. But Afrika will eliminate Purple Mood Esports. So this team that we spoke about who's starting to do a little bit better, right? They've worked their way up the rankings. Going to be the first team eliminated here in round number 7. Not ideal for these guys. And oh my god, Actos has to be so careful here. Vehicle on fire.
HP on that vehicle. Add one more bullet with that AK hit on towards the field, which had still a kill. That would have been enough. But Show now is going to be the one taken out. So 17 Gaming, once again, early on in trouble. We saw Shocks a couple of times. Now has been the solo player remaining for their team. And unfortunately, Show goes down yet again.
No, Juanita. You spoke about it. He is the point man. He's the one getting these shots off that we love to see. He's going to take some damage himself, though. Gets the first aid kit in the smoke. He's going to give himself that nice bit of cover. He's actually got 2 players from AG close to him, but his teammates going around the side as well.
AG can do something here, honestly. I mean, they had that insane triple kill, which netted them some points, but now they've already lost 2 players, and that's kind of been their thing. It's not that they land on top of players. and get those fights really early, they just run into trouble really early. And we do see the new circle shift over towards the northeastern side. And again, the further east we go here, the fewer the compounds, the more scarce and open the terrain. And if you do not have a good place to play from, being out in the open in the later circles in this area of the map, it's very, very difficult.
And Enter's Force doing what they do best, playing just around the edge.
Yeah.
Going to go reposition themselves, heading out towards the north at the moment. AHQ, they were under some quite heavy fire from some of the other Rangers players, but at the moment they're a little bit split up, which is a worrying sign for this team, who have had 2 solid placements so far.
We'll have to see if they can get that win here with a 3rd and a 2nd place. Is that the countdown to the win, or is it not? We'll see Enters again with their vehicle rotation. You mentioned it yourself, James. That's what they do, and that's what's been working today. We'll hope for them that they can keep things going in their favor. Now the guys in Crest Gaming. Crest and Sun Sisters, they have been the teams that have been taking these, well, pretty much land, pick up a weapon, and fight people engagements. This time around, they didn't. Now they're 4 guys alive, and they have a chance to make something happen up here. They're listening and hearing, and all the guys from Lingan pushing around the corner. Timon is down to low HP as well. Won't be able to spot him, though. He has the ridge to work with the bike there, but there are more people coming in.
He's so lucky for that ridge as well. Damage again. Not he takes
1 HP!
Oh my, Timon.
More people
3
shooting.
Health. Shots are coming in. Rover's trying to finish him off. Somehow can't make the bullets connect. 3 health and a green, but Timon will be finished off. Finally, a Free Corral going to be the team to do it.
Juanita taking it down. He got the knock onto damage, but Booyah will say, you know what, you ain't taking down my friend. I will take down you in return. And not only did he get the knock, he also got the flush on towards him. So now we'll have to see, for the first time, I believe, Axis playing 3 guys live, not with Juanita on the team.
A lot of action at that.
Why are they 3 guys in 1 vehicle? They must have driven past a vehicle.
Yeah, we got more vehicles. Oh no! Oh no!
No, easy. That's not what you want to do. Your team is rotating. You cannot run into the vehicle like that. Fortunately, there are smokes, but they're under fire. If he goes down because of it, that's going to be a loss they simply cannot afford.
Yeah, L-Star, we hyped them up from yesterday. They played extremely well yesterday, but I feel like something has changed, and little things like this are just tilting moments that can throw you off your game.
It's really, really frustrating to have these sort of things happen to you. Now, fortunately, they did all get back up. There is a little bit of damage down, and actually, you see Easy taken down again. Libra will finish him off this time around. There's no saving grace. And oh my god, that is a frustrating play. But now the vehicle spins out in the middle of the open. The entire momentum they have going yesterday just not seeming to work out today.
He wants to do some more damage here as well. Shocks firing off. And the problem here is that L-Star are just going through kind of the main fire zone at the moment, right? 3 different teams shooting in on them. They've already lost 1 player as well. It's not looking good.
And that's kind of the thing with these circles. I talked about this northeastern area of the map not having a whole lot of trees. You can see how open it is around you. If you do not have a compound, if you don't have some of these ridges like you see a Freaka being on right now, it's so difficult to make space for yourself. So this little shack here is really literally the best they can sit with. You see YDD with his weapons there, trying to see if he can do anything to shoot, but every time he peeks, there's just 5 shots coming his way.
Now for Actos, right? What's this dynamic going to be? Because we've lost Juanita.
And they know that it's L-Star sitting over there.
Yeah, and this is the problem, right? For Actos, they know this is direct competition for points. If we can finish it off, absolutely brilliant. SSS are coming into it as well. At the same time, LGE,
wow.
see
M24 out of the vehicle.
Brilliant work being done there. And a Freaka, they keep coming onto the scoreboard time and time again now.
Yeah, they're doing, saying it cannot just be the other 3 guys from Korea popping off. We want to have a good game here as well. And they are starting to accumulate some kill points. Winner will be finished off and actually going to be stolen there by Suck. Only 12 bullets remaining in this weapon, and might want to get himself some more ammo if you want to be able to shoot coming into the final few circles in this one. Milk and 3K, they're all making a run for it. SR went down as well, and now once again HQ not able to play the Smash Mouth kind of play style that we know them for.
Still 15 teams remaining. We've seen a lot of players be kind of knocked down on a regular basis, brought back up, some extras being eliminated here. So many teams down to just a couple of players left there. And LGE, again, we saw them have a pretty good game, what, once or twice yesterday, if I'm right? But now, this time around, again, they're the ones being pushed back out of it. They're having to play the solo style once again. Rangers, though, They've had multiple good places, and they've still got 4 alive. They're playing the circle correctly. Right close to them is AHQ, who they're going to want to be able to deliver some damage onto. Oh, and this is that shot we didn't get to see. Absolutely brilliant, straight out the car.
That's a feels good, man. That is a feels good, man.
That's a hype moment where you go, cool,
sure
I'm
is.
feeling it. I'm hitting the shots now. Let's see what else I can get done.
We
Crest
talked
Gaming.
about Crest just before them trying to get a better game this time around, though not quite the case. Will go out in 15th place. The Japanese guys not really able to get things going their way this time around. But of course there are plenty of players remaining in the game. Airwolf just exactly making their way inside that little shack, and that's what they have to play around. There simply is not anything else in this area of the map.
It's so open, which is when these vehicles as well are going to come into very good use of cover for a lot of these teams. Because, like you said, no buildings to hide between, no extra loot to be found either. It's going to be a lot of this kind of, how deep can we be, how can we stay out of some of these fights? We don't want to enter just yet, as Rangers are looking to pick apart some more here. Damage being done. Esker's just jumped into the fray, and he's going to be able to try and finish them all off with a bit of a help there from Babo. They're jumping straight out into it. They're going to go in for the loot. But Kale, he sees this, and he wants to try and make some shots come in there. He's staying in for the fight. The smoke is down. He's just going to go and take the shots. Can't quite make him connect just yet, though.
And again, this is the playstyle we want to see from AHQ. But there needs to be 4 guys alive to execute these sort of plays. So unfortunate for them it doesn't work out. We see that they want to do these sort of things. They just cannot keep 4 guys alive for long enough in order to pull these kinds of plays off. And this is where it becomes interesting, because like last game, when you have actors sitting inside the yellow houses, this time around, if you're in the open, you're forced to already now start throwing those smokes, throwing everything you have in order to grant yourself some sort of cover. The teams that are sitting in compounds now, that won't have to leave for another circle or 2, they will have such a huge advantage once these fights do end up going out in the open.
And that's exactly what we're going to wait for. Actos, okay, despite having lost their big heavy hitter, their point man, they're still managing to stay strong. They've got a nice little bit of a building to work off of, but for how much longer will they be able to keep it? LGE, he's all alone. He's desperately just trying to find some sort of an opening potential to get some kills on board here. Oh, this is very nice. Moser, we said about he was feeling it with that nice shot he took onto the vehicle. He's looking to do some more damage here, but Armory Gaming will be eliminated by him, and he is just playing this so well. Pivotal positions, good, but just a good spot for him to play from there. He deals the damage onto him on the car, and they didn't really stand a chance.
Really well played by Moser there. Ahang took the shot on towards him, and that's a dangerous shot to take when you're a solo player outside the circle all by yourself. Now we'll see Starlord tries to go for the long range Kar98. 4 guys in a vehicle. Guys, no. But I mean, they're here. They're inside the circle. It works. They heard all the shots being fired. They know that RIQ might be a solo player remaining. So for Moser, good luck, boy. You could take out the 2 guys, but can you do it 1v4 as well?
He's also got to be careful of the LGE player. Still sat in the blue at the moment, just waiting it out. He's taking damage, but it's not too massive just yet, and he actually manages to take him down. Brilliant from that distance, but now he needs to get out of the circle. His position's going to be known. He's using the first aid kit. Is he aware that SSS are so close? They're getting back in the vehicle as well, and why are they doing this to us, Toby? 4 in 1 vehicle. Who's going to punish them for this?
The thing is, with this area from them, there are only 2 guys in the vehicle now. They only make that 3 actually. 1 guy will go down. I guess that's the that's the cause of it. You want to see if you can make your way over. Didn't really work out the way you wanted. But Ahang now full sprint mode might just catch Sabek off guard. Spots him. Does get the knock onto him, and now things are starting to fall apart for SSS.
Really nice work. That's 2 extra kills for his team as he starts to make his way up. Now looking for him though. Arrow well aware. Looks like they're going to try and get that shot, and that's what he does. LGE is eliminated. A good effort nonetheless. You can't really fault him because he was in such a difficult position. He definitely gave his position away when he's getting them extra kills in there. But this is slow and steady, kind of wins the race here. L-Stars though, still in it. Still right on the edge of the circle at the moment. Nova's in a really solid position in terms of those circles dropping in on them. But it's Rangers and Entus Force, the Korean teams, as well as Afrika, right near the top at the moment.
Yep, trying to do everything they can to hold off these guys. They know they have to push alongside them inside the circle. All of them are out in the open. I'm not even sure if Afrika have vehicles available at this point. They've been up in this area of the map for a long time, and they pushed out of Severny. So they probably didn't bring any vehicles with them when they made the leave from there. So we'll have to see once they have to push up in the uphill terrain up towards the other SSS team. If that'll work out. Hulk now, headshot towards him down to low HP. We'll be able to get the meds up though.
Now this is also where we're going to see not just the vehicles being used, but so many more of these smokes being deployed. They're trying to give themselves as much cover as possible. The grenade usage is going to be absolutely key in trying to secure this victory. Afrika going into the cars, get themselves a bit more of an opportunity to rush back in here. But what they want to do is ensure that they're not going to be picked off here, as Actos are looking to try and act on it.
Actors, though, as much as they want to act on things, they are starting to take a lot of shots in their direction. The Super Suicide Squad doing everything they can to take them out before they start getting into this groove of picking people up and all over the place. Oh, these vehicles, they do not have a lot of HP style. Trying to see if he can crawl inside the shack. Not gonna happen. Auto taking him down. Jaden is outside the building. Roa sitting inside doing everything he can to stay alive. And now for Suck, trying to make the run down here as well, as their compound went outside of the circle. That nade is going to be really deadly. Oh! Taking both the Rangers guys down to low HP.
Quickly getting their first aids off their Nova. They are in basically the optimal position you can find here, right? Actos, they get eliminated. No triple win on the cards for these guys. They're eliminated 9th place. We're not biased at all.
Not biased at all. Really good job
these
coming
nades,
in.
Enter's Force, they keep doing it. Nade after nade coming in. Damage being thrown up.
A little further will do it. Xion Yang really, I mean, there is smoke there for cover, so they don't know exactly where it's sitting, but had that nade been just a bit to the right, doesn't matter if you have that little freaker on, that will take you out. YDD out of the vehicle, you go 61, and down you'll go as well. L-Stars, this might be what they need. They see that the Freaks have been eliminated. They need to regain the points if they want to get back up into first place.
You mean Actos been eliminated, not Freaks?
That is exactly what I meant.
That's the one, that's the one.
Exactly what I meant, thank you.
That's all right. The Freaks are hanging in there, though. Roa's the only one left alive in that little building. He's just going to probably turtle up and hide himself in because the rest of his team got absolutely obliterated trying to run in for that cover. L-Stars playing right on the edge of the blue and trying to push their way in. SSS is still up there with 2 players.
Yeah.
Rangers, though, they've been cut down as well. They've been able to hold strong for so long, but now they're just fighting out in the open. They're trying to use the little ditch to kind of give themselves some cover. They do find the kill onto Seongjan, though, at least, who was throwing all those grenades. He's knocked down and then will be finished off. Shocked is the one to do it.
Show went down really early for 17 Gaming, but 17 actually has one of the best spots in this circle, I'd say. Up on the southeastern side, up on the shack, they have a little ridge to work around there and plenty of room to maneuver because there's a hill up towards the east, there's a hill down towards the south, so none of these players can really contest them if they don't push all the way up and over. And when they do, all these other teams that are on the other edges of the map, they will spot them doing so. We talked yesterday about teams kind of help out one another. 17 Gaming can get a lot of help from other teams if they before they make a push on YDD once again. SSS just not catching a break. Now the move does come in from Enter's Force, and they're not getting a chance to do anything here.
Yeah, they're not letting this leave whatsoever. Enter's Force is going to be eliminated now. It's not going to be their time. More of the Korean teams drop in, and YDD, he's come to play. He said, I've had enough of being eliminated early on. I need to see some of that success we had in day one. I want to deliver the damage onto this team. But Aerowolf, these last 2 games have been making their way up, and look at the position they're in now. 3 alive, they've had 8 kills so far. Can they continue to eliminate some more teams? Applying some heavy pressure here onto L-Stars as they have to now start to push back in. They're trying to use the smoke as some sort of cover, but is it going to be enough here as Esker and Suck are still up on Rangers? They're still able to get some kills on the board, and Nova actually are being pushed out of the way of that position they had to at least give them good cover in that compound.
Look at how open this terrain is. In comes one, but YDD not expecting Roa inside that compound, inside that shack, make that. Taken down, unfortunately. Win is making the run up. Nate comes in, not going to do a lot of damage, and unfortunately, a good player gone. 1 HP remaining for Win. He's still alive somehow. Might just be able to pull off the meds here as well.
Afrika, though, they will be eliminated in 6th place. L-Stars managed to get it done. They've nearly pushed themselves into the points. 17 going to go and try and go for that crate. Aerowolf, he's sat in the middle of it, and they're like, okay, we know he's here somewhere, but where on earth is he? He's going to drop that molly out, potentially. Did that go down? No, puts another smoke down. He's got the molly ready. Molly drops on the floor. Can he make it work? Aerowolf, he's trying to play this so smart. He's just trying to hang in there some way, somehow, but Esker, he's been knocked down by the Nova players.
actually goes down. There you go. In the end, we'll get him down and out. Eska taken down. Suck still alive. The two key players of yesterday's game, number 1. Suck with 9 kills in that. We know he's capable of dealing a lot of damage, but he has all of Monster Shield to deal with just on the other side of the road. They've been in this dip for a long time. Everybody knows where they are. And now Eska goes down again. That's going to be win with the SLR double kill coming in there, helping out Nova just a little bit. We haven't seen Nova a lot in the late game, but this combat has helped them out a lot now, though. They will most likely, nope, not yet. Not yet. Be forced to push out, but 17 Gaming, we know they're capable. 2 Chinese teams, and the guys make that 3 Chinese teams, actually, isn't it? I might. No, it's not. It's not. Never mind. Never mind.
Nova's from.
Yeah, Nova, they're Chinese. Yeah, Nova, they're from. I'm trying to think now as well. That's it. That's not.
We haven't been able to talk.
It's
about
from the
Nova
Taiwanese Hong Kong Macao qualifier.
Taiwan.
Yeah,
Taiwan,
they're
yeah.
Taiwanese. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. But nonetheless, an interesting circle to be had here. 17 Gaming, a really good spot up there. The guys in L-Stars, yeah, the guys in L-Stars, no vehicle available. Most likely no smokes either. Oh, they usually win with 2 smokes there. It's going to be very tough for them to get out of this one.
I'll recover a little bit here. Nova has got a really good position. This compound's worked out perfectly for them. The smokes are going to be deployed. They're going to try and give themselves a bit of an option to work with here.
Yeah.
L-Stars also far into 17 as well. So actually, they're kind of making this a little bit more difficult for themselves than they need to, because now they're going to have both teams firing in on them. And both teams have got a massive advantage over them.
The worst thing is here, normally you'd see this and then the teams would be shooting at the other teams, shooting at them.
Yeah.
But here, they're both in a position where none of them can see each other, so it's all the people remaining on the server shooting down towards Addo and Win. They need to get a knock. They do get Lipro down to a low HP, but Win going down here, assuming to see Addo doing the same at just a moment. But as we see that, look at this, Anini tried to push up while all this happened. Smart idea by him, but the execution just wasn't there. L-Stars will go down in 3rd. Great upgrade from the previous 2 games. Now let's see. 17 Gaming up against the guys in Nova.
And with Actos going out that early and also putting L-Stars back in the points, this might see them go into the lead once again in 1st place.
Could very much do. Yeah, because it was only 5 points separating them, right? So it should be enough.
And 17, right? They started to make their way up. They're currently in 5th place. A win here would be absolutely huge. The problem is that Nova have such an advantage with that compound. Okay, we've got a bit of a high ground here, and we're seeing them spread out, but is it going to be enough?
You say that now, but if they're forced to leave this coming into the next circle, it's going to be very, very tough. And look at the spread that 17 Gaming have. It can work out so well for them once they do have to lose shots. As we spotted, unfortunately, he had a good position up there. Will be forced to get those meds going now. You with the vehicle. Not sure what he's planning to do with that, but it's going to be interesting. They will see where the new circle goes just about now. This circle is going to be... I can't see exactly if it's in or not. I mean, in any case, the end game will be outside of the compound, and the compound is outside as well. So the guys from 17 Gaming just wait some more until these guys are leaving the compound.
A 3 versus 3. You can see it on the map there at the moment. A good split from 17. Nova obviously pinned down, but they've got the cover, which is their advantage they're going to try and utilize here.
5 seconds till the circle starts closing on in. Libro is trying to smoke off so they can't get the info onto Shocks. Maybe he wants to reposition. Could be smart for them to sit at least 2 together and 1 by himself. They are kind of trying to get over together. Now you got the guys to CY on Sai making the push up towards the street. Smart play from him. They get the knock on towards the player as well. 067 and Libro all by themselves. The guys in Nova have a chance to make a huge play here.
Nova have got to get this done. Smokes are down to give them some sort of cover. Stocks has fallen.
Indeed, 90 shots, 067. This is where the Khan 98 becomes so penalizing if we do not connect him. Libro, though, does get the knock onto Pubu. 2 versus 2 now. Who is going to take the win here in game number 7?
Libro goes in to finish him off as well. He wants no chance of avoiding giving away these points that they want to so desperately rack up here. Already getting 8 points. If they get a further 8 as well, it's going to see him jump even further up this scoreboard. They were quite far behind, but this is their time to shine. They just spots him out as well. CY taking a lot of damage. Will he go down? Not just yet. It's a back and forth, and now it's going to be put into the 1v1. Yu has it all in his hands. He's got the health. He gets the win, and that is it. Nova Monster Shield get a 1st place, and they finally see themselves work their way up the scoreboards here.
Really, really well done by the guys from Taiwan. Not a region we talk about too much or very often, but great job. They had a little fortunate situation with that compound there for a while, but in the end, they got the kills when they needed them, and really, really well-deserved chicken dinner for the guys in Nova Monster Shield right there.
Toby, Nova, Monster Shield are currently in 14th place with 15 points. But how close it is between 14th and 5th, right?
Yeah.
They should now have enough
going
to
to go
jump
top 5.
all the way to top 4.
Yeah.
Well,
They'll be in top 5. Yeah, for sure.
They should at least
14
be
to
fifth.
top 5 in one game.
And that's the power
That's the
of a
point
solid
system.
game. This is how it can work because they got the kills in place as well. Nova, like you said, used that compound to their advantage. I liked how they started to position the cars and the vehicles at the end there as well. They were trying to use their advantage, using it as like a bit of a distraction.